Thanks for joining us for KSAT's News at 9. I'm Steve Spriester. Right off the top, some sad news. 2 more COVID-19 related deaths confirmed in Bexar County. This brings the death toll to 22 from COVID-19. The new victims, a man in his 50s, a woman in her 60s, both with underlying health conditions. Meanwhile, there are now 615 confirmed cases in Bexar County. That is 61 more than reported yesterday evening. Here's a look at how the numbers break out. 217 spread through close contact with someone already infected. 182 cases contracted through community contact, and 146 are travel related. Tonight, 85 people are hospitalized, 55 of them in intensive care, 42 on ventilators. 92 people have recovered. Speaking at today's daily city council briefing, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg stressed the need for everyone to remain vigilant with social distancing. He also encouraged everyone to keep that in mind come this Easter Sunday.
This Easter, we need you to love your family from a distance and remember that we can still be together while we're apart. Only gather with members of your household. And by connecting a little bit differently this year, we can all ensure that we come together again for Easter next year.
Today, City Council voted to extend the Stay Home, Work Safe ordinance through April 30th. We've got some late breaking news I want to tell you about right now. A gas line explosion in East Bexar County. It's happening at Highway 87 and Loop 1604. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies evacuating residents in that area in both directions of Highway 87. They've both been shut down. It is unclear what caused that gas line to explode. We've also been following the breaking weather situation out there, and I know earlier there were some current concerns about severe weather, Katie.
And we still have some severe storms that are packing a big punch well to our south. This is almost out of the KSAT viewing area. Here in and around San Antonio, things are quiet and our severe weather threat has definitely passed, but a big group of our counties and some counties across South and East Texas are still under a severe thunderstorm watch for a couple more hours. But for us here in San Antonio, as you can see, things are really quiet. We did have another rumble of thunder move across South and Eastern Bexar County over the last hour, and there are still some pockets of heavy rain, some flashes of lightning, and storm there from Elmendorf. You're getting a little bit of lingering lightning there in Elmendorf, and this storm affecting places like Livonia, over to Stockdale in neighboring Wilson County. But a lot of this activity now is moving east of I-35, and that's the trend that will continue overnight tonight. But still plenty of rain here on radar, and I do want to take you down to some of our far southern counties because that's where we still do have some severe thunderstorm warnings in place. This is for Goliad. The center of this storm, where there could be some hail up to 2 inches in diameter, is just off to the southwest of the city of Goliad. But there's a ton of lightning here, a lot of heavy rain, and some large hail as well. This storm is moving to the southeast, so that'll be moving out of Goliad and Goliad County here pretty shortly. Let's go off to the west to take another look at some more severe thunderstorms that are moving into McMullen and then Live Oak County. A ton of lightning here as well, some heavy rain and some hail, possibly up to the size of a $half. That's about 1.25 inches in diameter. So those storms will continue to rumble off to the east tonight, and they could be severe for a couple more hours. But as I mentioned, here in San Antonio, our severe weather threat has passed. I want to give you a look at your day tomorrow. Things will be cloudy and cooler tomorrow. High temperatures only in the low 70s because part of the reason we had the storms today, we did have a weak cool front drop down into South Texas. So here's a look at Futurecast. This model does pick up on the storms that are still in progress off to the southeast of San Antonio. And as we head through the overnight hours, those will continue to move off into far east Texas. And then we'll get to tomorrow morning. Quiet, rain-free start to the day. And throughout the day tomorrow, I can't rule out a little isolated shower here or there, but tomorrow's going to be a much drier day as compared to today. We'll get you into tomorrow night. You'll notice some thunderstorms off to the west, and a couple of our high-resolution models do bring another round of some storms out of far west Texas into San Antonio and I-35 through early Saturday morning. Those will clear on out. Most of the daytime hours on Saturday will be rain-free, but then late Saturday night into early Easter morning, we'll have another chance of some storms coming out of far west Texas. So for the next couple of days, our weather pattern will remain kind of unsettled, and that'll keep chances of storms in the forecast. But look what happens by Easter Sunday. We are going to clear out beautifully Sunday morning, and that will set us up for a really nice day for Easter. So mostly sunny skies. It will be a touch on the windy side Sunday, but the air will be dry. We'll lose that muggy feeling. Overall, the Easter weekend will be salvaged by the time we get to Sunday. And look at next week, a much more quiet weather pattern settles in, and that keeps rain chances out of the forecast and some really comfortable days with lower humidity and highs in the 60s.
Let's just hope it clears out in time for the Easter egg hunts.
I think we're going to be in good shape. Yeah.
All right. Good. Stay on top of it. Thank you, Katie. In less than a month, San Antonians were set to vote on extending the 8-cent sales tax that funds pre-K for SA. Now City Council has voted to move that election back to November 3rd because of the coronavirus. The program offers free and reduced priced pre-kindergarten education here in San Antonio. Voters will decide whether to fund the program for 8 more years. Pre-K for SA CEO Sarah Beret says she expects more children will qualify for the program after COVID-19 due to the spike in unemployment the pandemic is creating. One of the qualification metrics is income.
We think that in San Antonio, whereas we've had about 60% of our 4-year-olds in a given year qualify for free pre-K, we anticipate that number to go up. Now more than ever, we see that pre-K for SA is a vital resource for this community, not just for education, but for connecting families to resources and to helping them with their own workforce issues.
The Pre-K for SA runs 4 centers across the city. It serves about 2,000 students every school year. And more patients from Southeast Nursing and Rehabilitation Center are being hospitalized. That's a facility where COVID-19's outbreak took place. 10 residents are now hospitalized. 4 of them are on ventilators. We've previously reported 10 others have died from that facility. The nursing facility saying tonight they still don't know how or when COVID-19 got on site. They say they are taking measures to take care for each person in the facility. In a statement, they go on to say, in part, quote, "Our entire team at Southeast Nursing and Rehabilitation Services is saddened, devastated, and somewhat confounded by the deaths of our residents. We are hopeful this situation serves as a cautionary notice to all senior living and rehabilitation centers. COVID-19 is an evil and fast enemy. Be prepared." End quote. Well, there have been a rise in COVID-19 cases in several of our surrounding counties. Guadalupe County now reporting 47 cases. Hayes now at 77. Kendall County hit 10 cases. Comal is at 29. Bandera County is tonight confirming 1 case, and as several others stay under double digits, including Gillespie, which also has 1 case. Fredericksburg, it's in Gillespie County. It usually hosts about 1.2 million visitors a year. And businesses in that town really depend on those visitors. Well, of course, COVID-19 has dealt Fredericksburg's tourism industry a devastating blow. Tiffany Huertas gives us a look at how business owners are adapting to all this.
When our phone rings, it's a good day.
The owner of the West End Pizza Company in Fredericksburg says while there are only a handful of cars outside her business, it's a good day.
The locals are keeping us going, and we greatly appreciate it.
The coronavirus pandemic has changed the way businesses operate in Fredericksburg.
I've laid off 28 people. We are running with a group of 8 people plus myself. We've reduced hours to try to compact the hours of operation to reduce our labor costs.
Usually this time of year, Janet Degenhardt says the streets are filled with people.
It's heartbreaking. I've been in business over 11 years and it has never been like this.
As companies are forced to change how they work, the Fredericksburg Chamber of Commerce continues to support businesses. On their website, they showcase different programs available, and they are updating this list that details the status of local businesses.
Our primary focus at the Chamber right now is to drive information to our members.
The Chamber of Commerce represents more than 900 members.
Our mission is to promote a positive and growing environment for business. So anything that can help business be more profitable or operate more effectively or help businesses to make connections with one another, that all falls into the scope of our work.
Chamber President and CEO Penny McBride says they are hosting online events to keep businesses informed.
We're doing an event for our members where we're having a presentation by the Texas State Demographer, doing a presentation on what he expects to see demographic trends changing in Texas over the next few years.
As companies adjust to the new reality, Janet believes the small town will be okay.
We keep saying there's light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know how long the tunnel is, but we'll get past it. As a company, I reassure my furloughed employees that West End Pizza will survive this, and thrive after this.
For the 9, Tiffany Huertas.
We've got an update now on that experimental treatment involving convalescent plasma. We told you about the first donation of plasma from a COVID-19 patient who recovered. That donation is now at Methodist Hospital Stone Oak to be used for the first time on a local COVID-19 patient. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center says the patient is in intensive care. That plasma came from David Herman, who donated the plasma on Tuesday and is set up to offer another donation. This after the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center announced it would help in the Food and Drug Administration's investigation into antibodies built up in the plasma of recovered COVID-19 patients.
And when the plasma is transfused, it provides a passive immunity. The way that we recover from the virus is our body has an active immunity to it. So when the body detects the virus, we normally react by creating our own antibodies, which attacks the virus. The people who aren't doing so well is because their immune system can't fight off the virus, or the immune system can't build up fast enough to fight off the virus. And so this passive immunity will help jumpstart their immune system and hopefully help them get off the ventilators.
The Methodist Hospital Stone Oak had all the proper paperwork in place, meaning the donation could go straight to them. If you think you can help, email the center at covid19@southtexasblood.org. Recovered patients need a confirmed diagnosis and must be completely free of symptoms. Meanwhile, UTSA is working to find new ways to combat COVID-19, and that could mean a potential treatment that would reduce symptoms brought on by the virus. This week, the university announced that roughly 250 unique compounds developed by chemistry professor Doug France and his students are being studied at the University of Texas Medical Branch at Galveston. 2 immunosuppressive drugs used to treat and prevent malaria were found in those compounds, but studies have shown it could also reduce the effects of COVID-19.
And so these are compounds that are very similar in chemical makeup to the hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine that we obviously all are very familiar with at this point.
France says the goal is to develop a treatment similar to Tamiflu. However, he says research is still in the early stages. It could be another 5 to 8 years before people would be able to use it. Let's take a look at the latest statewide numbers now. There are more than 10,000 confirmed cases and about 200 deaths in the state of Texas. Across the United States, 462,000 cases, more than 16,000 deaths. Globally, there are nearly 1.6 million cases and more than 95,000 deaths. Let's turn to tonight's 9 at 9. A country with thousands of COVID-19 cases extends their state of emergency. Airline travel hits a new low, and the unique ways people are raising money amid the pandemic. Here's tonight's 9 at 9. Spain will extend its state of emergency due to coronavirus for a second time. Parliament voted to extend the measures until April 26th. The Spain Prime Minister says that even though the nation has reached its peak of the pandemic, a step backward, quote, would be more than a setback, end quote. In Detroit, a group of nurses were asked to leave the property after staging a sit-in to demand more nurses for their emergency room.
We basically were told to leave because we refuse to accept unsafe staffing, unsafe patient load.
25 patients to 1 nurse.
The nurses say a safe ratio would be 1 nurse for 2 people on ventilators. The hospital releasing a statement which says they have contracted workers through staffing agencies, but the nurses say it's not enough.
If we had an adequate amount of staff, we would be able to save more lives. We would be able to keep more people alive.
Massachusetts' first field hospital for COVID-19 patients is now up and running in Worcester. Crews worked for 8 days, transforming this 50,000 square foot space into a 214-bed facility.
We've tried to design this such that it's a better setting for patients that are recovering for coronavirus because they can get up, they can walk around, they can take a shower. That's not something they can do in a hospital room right now.
90% of the staff are new hires, including medical students, retired doctors, and nurses. Airline travel down 96% compared to this time last year. TSA says on April 8th of last year, it checked in more than 2 million people a day. This year, it screened just shy of 95,000 people on the same day. The industry group Airlines for America says only about 1 in every 10 seats on the U.S. domestic planes that do fly are occupied.
Take a look at this storm damage in West Virginia. This used car dealership in St. Albans was hit hard when heavy rain and strong wind blew through the area. Several homes and another business in town were also hit. A NASA astronaut along with 2 Russian cosmonauts blasted off today from Kazakhstan to the International Space Station.
And liftoff.
The launch was a notable exception to the many events canceled recently due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many health and safety precautions already standard practice for astronauts traveling to space. NASA quarantines all crew members for 2 weeks before they launch to prevent illnesses from occurring off our planet. Dollar bills pulled off at Georgia bar's walls are being used to pay employees. Customers have been stapling dollar bills to the walls for years. But as business dried up, the owner decided to take down the money. It took nearly 2 weeks to remove and clean the bills. After added donations, bar employees ended up with about $600 each. A North Carolina boy came up with an idea to help his community during the pandemic, and he did it all without leaving his backyard. Stephen Burgess decided he would run for 6 hours in his own backyard for those that need it during this difficult time. Stephen raised more than $1,500 for food shelters. Even though the Virginia Zoo is closed because of COVID-19, zookeepers have a reason to celebrate after announcing the birth of its first baby sloth. The zoo is holding a charity auction to name the new baby. Proceeds from the naming auction will benefit the zoo's emergency operating fund. To read more about these stories, head to KSAT.com.
Had to look closely to see that sloth. Our weekly conversation with a doctor from one of the local emergency rooms in our coronavirus Q&A coming up next. Welcome back. Separating the facts from fiction surrounding this pandemic. We're continuing this new portion where we bring viewer questions about COVID-19 to local experts. Tonight, we're once again speaking with Dr. Robert A. Frolickstein, an emergency room doctor working right here in San Antonio. Doctor, thank you for joining us again.
My pleasure.
The first question from one of our viewers, what are you seeing? Well, this is really my question. What are you seeing in the ER this week? Are you seeing any uptick at all in the last couple of days?
We are seeing a slight uptick. Thankfully, it's not been a lot of patients with COVID-19, but we are seeing more than we did last week, but probably less than we had expected or were projected. So we're happy for that.
Do you have extended hours planned if need be? I mean, are 4 days off, 4 days on, for 3 days on, that kind of thing?
So we have plenty of coverage, and we can flex and extend coverage if the need arises. So we have plans in place. Yeah.
All right. Next question. We talked about this a little bit at 6 o'clock. Is it frustrating seeing false claims being made on social media? And I brought up the fact that just in the questions that we've been getting, I think we get a question every other day about, can this disease be spread by mosquitoes? And we've answered that several times, but the fact is no, it's airborne, not bloodborne. Is this frustrating for you as a physician?
It certainly is frustrating to see the amount of misinformation out there. It's the world we live in, though, now with the social media, and everyone has an opinion and wants to express it, and then that catches on. So I think the thing to do is to look to reliable sources of information.
And the most reliable, the CDC's website itself, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is there a test you can take that will tell you whether you've had the virus, even if you've recovered, and whether you have any immunity to it?
Yeah, so what you're referring to is an antibody test, and it is just starting to come out. And we really have very, very limited use of it. And we have some, I think, at the hospital are really just trying to figure out how to best use it given the limited supply. But it's coming. It will be probably weeks before it's widely available, but it's coming.
Okay. Can you get COVID-19 through your eyes since they are moist and have secretions like tears and the like?
Yes, you can. I mean, the chances of you getting it with only eye contact is less than nasal contact or mouth contact, but it certainly can happen. That's why you see the pictures of healthcare professionals working with face shields and masks and stuff. So yes, it can get transmitted through the eyes.
Yeah, that's why the personal protective equipment is so important.
Yes, sir.
When do you think we'll be getting back to normal? And what will normal look like?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question, right? I think what maybe a better way to phrase it is what has to happen for us to return to normal. Dr. Fauci said early on, the virus sets the timeline, and he's right. And so I can't tell you when it'll happen. I will tell you what things need to happen for us to return to normal. And those are really 4 things. One is that we have to have the hospital capacity to manage any illnesses, COVID-related illnesses, and all the other illnesses that we normally see and all the other surgeries that we normally do. We have plenty of capacity right now, but we're not there yet. We haven't opened up elective surgeries and all that. Second thing is we need to be on the downslope of the curve and consistently on the downslope of the curve, probably 1 to 2 weeks of continued downward trends on the curve. And then the third and fourth things are really big public health issues. We need to have widespread testing available where anyone who has symptoms is able to be tested right away. And then to go along with that, and the fourth thing is when we have a person that is tested positive for the illness, we have to have the means to be able to isolate that person and do the contact tracing to find out everyone they've come into contact with recently and either isolate or quarantine or test those people as well. And, when that's going to happen, it's hard to predict, but those are the things that need to happen before we can return to normalcy.
My final question for you tonight, are you at all concerned that people who maybe should be going to the emergency room for things other than COVID-19 are not going because of the fear of COVID-19, whether it be chest pain or other things going on?
I am concerned. I think it's been better the last few days, but for a while there we went for several days without seeing a heart attack, and that's just unheard of. So we urge you, please come in if you need to. We can keep you safe. We have processes in place to keep you in an area that won't be contaminated with the virus that causes COVID.
Dr. Robert Frolickstein, local ER doctor working at Methodist, thank you very much for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. A San Antonio doctor who helped fight the Ebola virus is now combating COVID-19. RJ Marquez spoke with the chair of emergency medicine at UT Health and tells us what University Hospital has learned and how they were able to prepare by watching other cities fight the coronavirus.
Dr. Ralph Riviello has been on the front lines before. In 2014, he was working at a Pennsylvania hospital where he was part of the response team that took on the Ebola outbreak. Now, as the director of emergency medicine at UT Health and University Hospital, Riviello is helping lead the charge to fight COVID-19 in Bexar County.
A lot of the lessons learned there and from China and other countries, as well as other parts of the United States right now, has allowed San Antonio at least, and probably other parts of the country, to prepare for it and be ready.
Dr. Riviello understands this is a very different virus. Ebola was short-lived in the U.S. COVID-19 has swept through the country. 11 people were treated for Ebola in the U.S. during the 2014 through 2016 pandemic.
The way it is spread is different enough that, corona makes it a lot easier to catch than Ebola was. I think timing of things like spring break trips and other things have allowed it to spread more easily.
Unlike some other major cities, San Antonio has benefited from having time to prepare for a possible influx of patients and gather equipment.
If you look at New York, they're repurposing physicians because they're having manpower issues, but a lot of these physicians haven't had time to get a refresher on how to take care of a sicker patient, a respiratory patient, and that we've had that luxury.
That shift has helped University and other area hospitals avoid a dreaded spike in the curve.
We've gotten ahead of it as a region with a lot of our social distancing. I think our curve is going to be very different than the curve that they're seeing in New York, Philadelphia, and other major cities.
But like many other local health officials, Dr. Riviello expects us to be in this for the long haul. Mayor Ron Nirenberg said Tuesday that the upcoming weeks will be the most difficult.
Our peak is anywhere from a 2 to 6 week period. So if you want to take the average or that, it's about 4 weeks. Hopefully we'll have the stamina to, have that stretched out curve. We'll be able to have staff who could, respond to it, where we're not all hands on deck right from the start.
Riviello said University is thinking outside the box to fight the virus. All providers in the ER are now masked. This week, the hospital held a mock drill to prepare for a possible flood of COVID-19 patients.
It's really strengthened the teamwork that we display in our emergency department every single day. And I think anybody in healthcare will attest to the fact that we're there for the patient and we want to provide the best possible care that we can.
For the 9, RJ Marcus.
Here are today's top stories. Another 6.6 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. It was the second largest number of initial unemployment claims in U.S. history since tracking started in 1967. Altogether, more than 14 million American workers have applied for aid in the form of jobless benefits since mid-March. A 5th San Antonio police officer has tested positive for COVID-19, according to SAPD. Metro Health determined he did not have contact with anybody at the workplace that he could have exposed. Meanwhile, a total of 4 Bexar County Sheriff's deputies have also contracted COVID-19. And HEB has confirmed 3 more employees in the San Antonio area have tested positive for the novel coronavirus. That brings the total number of HEB partners in our area to 5. Here's a look at the stores where those people worked. HEB says all stores have been disinfected. Here at home, some arts programs may not survive this pandemic. The city of San Antonio says it has to cut funding to dozens of area arts programs through the remainder of the fiscal year. The San Antonio Symphony, which has been struggling to turn around its financial troubles, says it's counting on its local audience. Patty Santos has the story.
We're all in this together. And I think people are going to need the arts when we come through. I think people need the arts right now.
Mary Ellen Gore, principal second violin with the San Antonio Symphony, says the agency was bracing for a pandemic impact.
I am not going to say that this is happy news, but I can't really say it's entirely unexpected either.
A shortfall in the hotel occupancy tax means 37 funded art programs won't get any more funding beyond April. The new fiscal year starts in October and future funding is still in limbo.
We're keeping our finger on the pulse, but we won't know until we get a little bit further into it because the city collects revenue in arrears.
The stay-at-home order forced the symphony to cancel the rest of the season.
The symphony has proactive leadership right now. I have full confidence that they are working hard to find perhaps solutions to this, alternate sources of revenue.
The executive director for the symphony tells us they're losing out on about $90,000 in city funds. The symphony's total budget for the current season is $7.7 million. Quote, the unprecedented drop and the resulting impact on the city's budget for arts funding do not help the financial turnaround of the symphony. The statement continued saying that the most important thing is the health and safety of the community. Some good news, about 75% of the 1,800 ticket holders have chosen to donate the ticket sales for the canceled season back to the symphony.
The main goal right now is that when this crisis is behind us, we have a healthy symphony on stage and a healthy audience in the house.
Members look forward to putting on a show.
The symphony expects to announce the 2020-2021 season, which starts in September. They hope to have that announcement later this month. It's time for another Throwback Thursday here on KSAT's News at 9. This is the series where we use that popular social media hashtag to explore different people and places that have helped shape our community. Tonight, we're talking about a neighborhood south of downtown, the King William District, known for its beautiful homes and for a family-friendly fiesta event every year. As RJ Marquez tells us, the area has a lot of historical significance.
In the late 1700s, the land that's now known as the King William District was given to the family of Mexican sculptor Pedro Huizar and the indigenous people in the area. Decades later, German settlers who were mostly merchants moved into the neighborhood and built their homes there. The era also led to the naming of the district.
The name comes from Kaiser Wilhelm, who was the King of Prussia, and it was named King William after him.
The neighborhood was lined with beautiful homes designed in Victorian, Greek, and Italian styles, but the flood of 1921 forced many homeowners to higher ground. The neighborhood declined and was nearly lost for good in the late 1960s.
A group of neighbors got together to form the King William Association to protect their homes so that they wouldn't be destroyed and demolished, as were so many homes, to prepare the land for Hemisphere.
The King William District was designated as Texas's first historic residential district in 1968. 4 years later, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. The area is now known for its diversity and historic charm. It also features San Antonio's first cultural arts district. That diversity would not exist without the homeowners who worked to save the area in the 60s and continue to preserve the land and historic feel.
The homes are reflective of the people who live in them. The homes have so much meaning for the people who care for them and protect them.
For the 9, RJ Marquez.
Of course, the King William District is home to the King William Fair every year. Because of the coronavirus, Fiesta has been pushed back to November. The 53rd annual King William Fair has been postponed to November 14th.
Welcome back to my apartment for another segment of Trending. Got a lot of fun stories to share with you. First one is, I know Easter's coming up. That's usually a time you want to spend with your family, maybe camp at Brackenridge Park. A lot of those things can't be happening, obviously, with the pandemic, but the good news is there's a lot of great restaurants offering a lot of great family meals for your Easter weekend. You can get these on Saturday or Sunday. On KSAT.com, we put together an entire list of all the restaurants offering some great family meals. So you may be used to family cooking, you may have to resort to this. Either way, you can stay inside, stay safe, and hopefully have some sense of normalcy as you celebrate this Easter. Our second story of the day, who said alcohol can't be the solution to some of our problems? Rebecca Creek Distillery made 16,000 liters of alcohol-based sanitizer with what it usually produces booze with, obviously. And instead they made these sanitizers and passed them out earlier today to a bunch of first responders right here in San Antonio, which is a really great thing to help keep them safe on the front lines. Now, the company says they've been working with a lot of different agencies around the state to help it get it to first responders, and they'll be producing more as this goes on. So a really great thing to see when you see some Texas companies stepping up to help others who are putting their lives on the line. Our last story of the day comes from the DoubleTree hotels. Now, if you've ever stayed at one of these DoubleTree hotels, you know that they make this really fantastic chocolate chip cookie. It's kind of a big perk about staying there. With everything going on, they could sense we've been a little anxious, and you know what they did for us? They actually put out their recipe for the famous DoubleTree chocolate chip cookie. Now, it's a really great recipe. It seems pretty easy to try. There's a couple of surprising ingredients in there that you may not expect, but for the most part, it's things that you have at home. So check out that recipe on KSAT.com. Get to baking. Have a great Easter weekend, and take care of yourselves out there.
That does it for the KSAT News at 9. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you on the night beat. Till tomorrow, have a great night.